Campbell's Comments New Zealand show generally goes every second week, but I thought when there's some good achievements, I like to promote different things, especially in harness racing. And I'm catching up with young Luke Whittaker tonight. Firstly, Luke, welcome to Campbell's Comments, mate.
Thanks, Paul. How you been going?
I'm going really, really well, and thank you for joining me. I have actually known Luke for a fair while. I had a conversation with him probably 5 or 6 years ago, probably longer than I'd like to think going back there, Luke. But just for people who may not know you, mate, how old are you?
22 years old, born and bred in Christchurch, New Zealand. Yeah.
And your brother is Josh, and Josh is he's a horse dentist by trade, so that's how come our association came. You wouldn't have been very old when he was over here learning the dentistry, that's for sure.
Nah, I think I was probably 14 or 15 at the time. So, yeah, he's been a long time, and he's flying. He can't. Hasn't got enough time on his plate at the moment to do everyone's teeth. So,
yeah, at the time you were working for the Duns, I believe, from memory, if it serves me correctly. So, yeah. But anyway, that's okay. We're not worried too much about that. You're over here. We will get on to why you're over here and that sort of thing. But the main reason I'm here is because you on Saturday night had a breakthrough win, mate. Any win is a good win, but a Group 1 win is something special. A Group 1 win on what's just becoming a fabulous carnival up there in Queensland. It must have been really, really special for you, mate.
Yeah, as you say, it's a very great carnival, and it's getting better and better every year. And Saturday night, I had the chance of driving in a Group 1, which I was pretty lucky to do, but to win it, it was unbelievable.
Wee Man Trouble, he's got NZ next to his name. It was pointed out, the first 4 home, I did see a little bit of backwards and forwards on one of the Facebook pages from New Zealand. The first 4 horses home were all New Zealand bred. But Wee Man Trouble, trained by Shannon Price. Do you work for Shannon?
Yeah, currently working for Shannon. I've been here probably 6 months, so yeah, loving it.
Yep, she's a lovely lady. They do a great job.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we've only got a small team of horses around 15 or 16, but as the numbers confirm, they're very good trainers and they're very good stuff.
She always has a cheeky smile, and I mean that in a nice way, Shannon. She always has a very, very cheeky smile. I reckon you would have struggled to wipe that smile off her face after Saturday night, would you?
Yeah, it's been very good, and they've become family friends. Like come over here 5 years ago after Mark Jones and stayed with him for a couple of months, and I sort of said while I was here, I'll be back to work for you one day, as we laughed about it, and here I am. But Saturday night to see her face, but especially Scott's, like, he's not a very emotional person, and to see how happy they were and to win was very special.
It is something very special, isn't it? We underrate the achievements. You know, I think a lot of people, they say, oh yeah, Group 1 race, and they have a bit of a smile and they walk off, but it's a lot of hard work, and it's sometimes, like, I've never done it, so the culmination of a lot of hard work and that for so many people must be good for you working for them, mate, to be able to repay them and driving a Group 1 winner.
Yeah, it is. They've been very good to me. I think I've driven 5 winners, and 4 of them have been for them, so they've always put me on, and it's been great to drive for them, repay them back with firstly my first Saturday night winner here, but now a Group 1, like, it's something very special.
It is indeed. Was he going okay at the time? Like, was it expected, or?
I don't usually have a lot of confidence driving, but during the week he's had a little bit of trouble a couple of weeks ago, and nearly missed the carnival, like missed the DK the first last week, the Group 1 last week as well, and they got him right and trialled very good last Friday, and just giving me a little bit of confidence about the way he trialled and the way he'd been working this week. He was way over the odds for what he has been going, and he's a very consistent rider, as you know. He broke the track record at Redcliffe run second in the Redcliffe Cup round there, so he has been flying, and the race planned out perfect, and they run along, which suits him down to the ground, and the time that we could get off and follow the best horse in the race and just peel out the 200, it's too good for them.
You didn't miss on the salute. At what point of time did you think you had the chockies? Like, I think the salute, in fairness, was only about 50 to go, so that one was okay. But when did you think you actually, I'm going to win this?
Probably from about the 400. They were all off the bit, and once I got in the 1-1, I was just jogging, and I knew nothing from behind me was really making ground. And the way he felt around the bend, I thought it's going to take someone's fifth to beat this horse. Yeah,
it definitely was. Bred by W. Fletcher and Smolinski, I'm going to say. I don't know either of those people, but he's a super fast Stuart. And I know he only stood in New Zealand, that horse. There's a few of them come over here, and they can be a little bit hot. Does he get a little bit hot in himself, that bloke?
He's a funny horse. He's a lovely horse, but man, character. Like Saturday night, the whole first lap of warm-up, all he tried to do was get out the car. And that's just him. But when you know he's doing that, it's on song and he's ready to go. So he's the loveliest horse to be around, and he's a great horse to drive. But he's got his little quirks, but that's him. He's probably pretty special, but stable now, winning 2 Group 1s. And especially they basically had him in retirement, and Shannon wanted to bring him in, and Ella didn't want him to bring him back in, and Shannon got away, and here he is. He won another Group 1 for the stable. So he probably sits very high at the top of the list for the stable.
Yeah, and I reckon you could have been late for work this morning and you would have been not in the bad books.
We only had 5 for work this morning, so it's been a little bit quiet because I've had Greg Sugars and Paul Fitzpatrick lately, which has been great, and catch up with those guys and Jess and Amy. It's been, like I said, it's been a great carnival, and it's getting better every year, but hopefully next year some people might come over and try and take on the Aussies.
Well, the Kiwis were there last year. They didn't get over there much this year. And I agree. Hopefully they do come next year. Firstly, like learning experience to have people like Greg and Jess and even Amy there, as well as the Fitzpatricks. It must be, you would have learnt so much just watching, other people and how they go about it as well when you're there.
Oh, you do. As they say, no rules to racing, but for starters, Greg, how good of a driver he is, and to have someone there supporting you and coming off the track, seeing his face and Jess's face, they're very close friends with Shannon and Scott, and they had a great carnival too, and to celebrate their wins and our wins was very special.
He's don't tell him this, but he's actually very smart too. Like, I would imagine he point out a few little pointers to you off away from the hustle and bustle. I would imagine, because he's very good, Greg. He's a great driver. He's a great harness racing person, but he's actually very, very intelligent as well in about how he goes about the job.
Oh, 100%, and that's probably what makes him so good. And he does those 1% that probably the other drivers don't do. But it's to learn off someone like Greg and the way he does things, and even just the way he drives and races. It's, to have him here for a few weeks has been great to learn off too.
Absolutely. Don't tell him I said any of that either. You said you've been over, about 8 months, 5 winners so far. How's it been? Was it what you were expecting when you come over from New Zealand?
To be honest, it wasn't probably what I was expecting. It's been hard going. I've had a few people support me, but it's been very hard. I'll put it out that way. As they say, the harder you work, the luckier you come. So I've just tried to go with the flow and knuckle down, work hard, and hopefully the opportunities can sort of start arising from the next few months. It was never going to be easy. Take it a year or two, but I was committed to do it, and hopefully with the Group 1 under my belt, I might try and get a few drives.
Good learning experience for a young man?
Oh, 100% it is. Going away from home, I've always been away from mum and dad, but it was something that I always wanted to do. I love Queensland and different style of race. I thought it was probably a thing that really wanted to bring me over here. So it's been a very big learning curve, but I love it.
Like gets spoken, I see there's a few people in New Zealand that I suppose criticise Harness Racing New Zealand for not doing enough for junior drivers, if you like, and making it a little bit harder. But I don't think it's always that simple. It is hard in New Zealand to get a go because it's a smaller pool, but it's not that easy when you come over here to what effectively looks a much bigger pool. It can be very daunting, can't it?
Yeah, you're right. New Zealand probably doesn't do enough to keep the young people and the junior drivers in the game. but at the same time, like, you think the opportunities might be a lot better in Australia, but at the same time, like I had a very good year last year when I worked for Mike, and he gave me a lot of drives, and I thought, coming over here, I might get a few more, but it hasn't eventuated into that way. But it was always going to take time, like I said, and I was willing to put the effort into, to spend time here and have a crack.
You committed to staying in Queensland or in Australia?
100% at the time. Like, I love it in Queensland. At the moment, there's no other place I want to be. At some stage, I want to go home and probably do a couple with Dad. It's something I've always wanted to do. So down the track, that'll be something that I'll look to.
That'll look forward to that. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, he sort of rang me and said, I need you home. I'm sick of working forces and I'm asking you to take over. And I'm like, you'll be right for a couple more years. You've got to keep busy somehow.
But you got to learn too, and I'm sure Dad's well and truly aware of that. Like you just said there about Greg and Jess and Shannon and Scott, sorry. The Fitzpatricks, there's so many more people. You stick around for another carnival next year, you actually know what to expect when you get there. So you're going to learn a lot, and you never know. Shannon might travel. Well, I know Shannon loves the yearling sales, and that's you probably, if you're lucky enough, she might take you to a few of those, and you'll see a different side to the racing. It's a good learning experience for a young man, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. It's at a young age. You've got to travel, but you've also got to be willing to do it and learn at the same time. And I was committed to do it from I sort of got the job of Darren. I was 100% to coming over. So it's been a hard 8 months, but I wouldn't be in another place.
Good man. I like that. I like the dedication too, and I think well done to you. You can be, fair to say, you're a little bit cheeky from time to time, but by the sounds of it, you might be maturing a little bit, mate.
I like to have a laugh and a joke. It brings everyone up. And, in a time of COVID that we've had, it's been a struggling couple of years for a lot. It's been hard, but you've got to get through the tough times and ride the journey.
Yeah, no, well done to you. Just a little one on the weekend. The Darren de Phillippe Memorial Junior Drivers Race was run and won, which was terrific. I've got to say hats off to Harness Racing New Zealand. Did you actually see the Facebook post they put up about what that race and what it actually means? Yeah,
it means a lot to the Phillippe family. Mum and Dad are very close friends with the Phillippe, so I know how much that race means to the Phillippines and the drivers. So for them to put that on, it's a very special race to win as over the years, and hopefully one day I'll go home and win it again.
Yeah, anyone that hasn't seen it, go to Harness Racing New Zealand. I've put it on my pages. A lot of people have shared it, but just sit back for 5 minutes and watch it and enjoy it, because it's very, very well done. Whoever put it together, I think well done to you guys, because I didn't know him, and I think he passed a long time ago, and just to keep that memory going, and there was a lot of people there wanted to win it. I think, did Sarah O'Reilly win it?
Yeah, Sarah O'Reilly.
Yep.
Top junior at the moment. She's killing it. So, it's a very special race, and like I've said, it's special for the Phillippe family, and then keep it going for years. I hope it continues, because the memory, especially for the crew. So
yep.
It's a great.
No, it is indeed, mate, and I think well done to those guys. But well done to you, Lukey. I reckon hats off, mate. Are you shouting tea tonight? You said you're going out for tea with Greg and Jess and the likes. Are you shouting?
I think I'll have to shout a few rounds. I think it's been a big weekend. Yesterday was a very long day. It was a little bit dusty and sick, but it was worth the celebration.
Yeah, well done. Go and enjoy yourself. If you're lucky enough, this may not go up until after 6 o'clock, so Greg may not watch it until tonight. So you can say whatever you like, but I reckon he makes plenty. Just make him shout; it'd be a lot better for you.
Oh, we're pretty lucky on Friday night, and him and Jess shouted, so we can't really complain with that front. So no, they've been great to have. Hopefully they come back next year and stay for a bit longer.
Thank you very much, mate. Well done. Thank you. Congratulations, and thanks for joining Campbell's Comments. I might call on you a bit more often if that's all right.
No problem. No, thanks for having me.
Thank you very
Woodland
much.
Stud takes pride in their involvement in the industry, both on and off the track. supporting harness racing through sponsorship from grassroots to feature racing, giving breeders access to world-class stallions who go on to produce world-class racehorses, selling progeny at sales from some of Australasia's strongest families. Harness racing is our passion, and we will continue to strive for greatness. Your success is our success. Share the dream with Woodland Stud.